Hi, and welcome to What's Up This Week. I'm really happy to start 2025 with a subject that is really close to my heart, glucose. Today, we're diving into how glucose impacts weight gain, and I'll share one simple science backed hack that could change everything. So, for me, um, what I think is low blood sugar has had a profound impact into my day-to-day life for over 30 years. I say think because it wasn't until I read about the symptoms of long-term blood sugar that I saw myself into these descriptions. When I finally changed my diet and added nutrients to stabilize my blood sugar, it made a massive transformation in my life. 30 years is a long time to live like that. And part of the reason it lasted so long was that I simply didn't know what was happening. I thought it was just who I was. I wasn't actively looking for answers to my lack of energy, my irritability, difficulty to focus, or constant hunger and sugar cravings. And the other part is I didn't know what to do at first. It took years of learning from others, from books, from natural health professionals. And this was all before the internet. So finding the right information took time. When I look back, I see that two things really slowed my progress: my lack of awareness and my lack of accessible information. Also, doing it alone would have been nearly impossible. At the very least, much harder. So I was lucky to have a community with me. That's why I feel so strongly about sharing what I've learned and being part of a supportive community. Education and connection are incredibly powerful tools for transformation. And if my journey resonates with you, I hope it encourages you to start exploring your own path to better health. You don't have to do it alone. Together we can learn, grow, and thrive. So my mission is to empower people to move from finding cures to prevention. I'm here to help you improve your health by living in harmony with nature, empowering you to live your best life. What I'll talk about today is in my wellness center. Um, every week, there's something new there every week. And if you don't have an account yet, you can create it. It's free and it gives you access to trusted resources, expert interviews, and more. I'll drop a link so you can register if you want to. The last time I was with you, I was talking, like there's a webcast, a wellness webcast each month. So in December, it was the big wellness wrap up, celebrate, reflect, and recharge. And that's in my wellness center. It's archived there. And the upcoming this month in January, it's how good energy leads to a healthier weight. And I talked about also articles that help you to overcome common holiday health challenges and boost your energy to enjoy your best holiday season yet. And I hope you had a nice holiday season. I did. So what I talked last time is all in my Vitality for Life e-newsletter, which is also in my Wellness Center. Or you can check your inbox. It was sent by email also. Have you ever felt like no matter how healthy you try to eat or how hard you work out, that stubborn belly fat just won't budge? Or maybe you've noticed that sugar cravings sneak back in no matter how many times you say, that's it, no more sweet, always coming back. So the culprit may be something that many of us just don't see, and it's the glucose spikes. So let's talk about glucose. Whenever you eat foods that are high in carbs or sugar, and you eat a lot, like pastries, but it can also be bread and pasta, depending on how they are made. So this can create your blood sugar to spike. By spike, I mean to go quickly. A lot of sugar that goes quickly in the bloodstream. Your body responds by releasing insulin because your body always wants to be in harmony, to be in balance. So the body creates insulin. It's a hormone that helps to move glucose out of the blood because there's too much, and it puts it into your cells, and it's used for energy. And here you have a diagram like that digestion, what it does. When the starch has left, and you see the carbohydrates, which is an enzyme that helps through the digestion to put it into smaller molecules, the sugar molecules. So here's the thing. You don't need that energy. If you don't need that energy right away, well, what does the body do with it? It stores it. And it stores it as fat. And guess where it goes? Around your belly. So this process doesn't just make it harder to lose weight, because it does. It also contributes to what we call the visceral fat. And that's a different type of fat that is not good. You don't want that. And it wraps around your organs. And when we talk about visceral fat, we don't only talk about the appearance, how it looks, but it's also linked to serious health risks like diabetes and heart disease. So there's a cycle that happens when you eat a lot of carbs or sweet. So the bad type of carbs, I mean. So you eat a lot of sweet, a lot of processed carbs. And what happens is there's a lot of glucose that goes quickly into the bloodstream. So we say the glucose spikes, and the body answers at the same way that it comes in. So insulin spikes too. And there's a lot of glucose, and any leftover glucose gets stored as fat. So what happens usually is that after there's a lot of insulin that removes a lot of glucose from the blood, what happens? Well, the blood glucose, well, it gets lower, and you need the glucose in your body. So your body says, I want more glucose, because you feel how you feel it, how you know it asks you for more glucose. You have sugar crashes, and you have sugar craving. You're hungry. Your body is asking for sugar, and probably you will respond by eating a lot of sweet, and that creates a cycle. And over time, repeated glucose spikes can increase fat storage, especially the belly fat, trigger cravings as blood sugar dips, leading to overeating, and it slows your metabolism. By keeping insulin levels high, it makes fat burning harder. And that's when you have repeated glucose spikes. It's not once in a while, it won't do, probably it won't do that, but it's over time. On the long term, if it's a habit, it's something that can happen. So with this cycle that seems to never end, it can sound frustrating. But here's the good news. Stabilizing your glucose doesn't have to be hard. And you don't need to say goodbye to your favorite foods. I'll say a few words about that in the next one uh, later. So Jessie Inchauspy, I don't know if you heard of her, but she's also called the glucose goddess. She has spent years studying glucose and its impact on health. And she wrote a book, Glucose Revolution, and there she shares 10 hacks to help stabilize glucose levels. And these hacks are simple, practical, and best of all, they let you keep eating the foods you love. No crash diets or carb-free living required. And that's where I'll say the person who know me will say, hey, wait a minute. That's not what I say usually. I say, eat the good food. And here I'm saying you can keep eating the foods you love. So why I say that? Well, we have to take things in perspective. So she has a goal to make behavior change easy for people. So when you experience sugar spikes and crashes on repetition over a long period of time, like I did for years, you feel sick and you feel overwhelmed. You can feel very overwhelmed. And that's why she came up with the concept of hacks, small, simple changes you can make that make a difference and can make you feel proud of yourself. And she says her message is you can start anywhere. Personally, when I changed my diet, I was desperate. It was urgent because I didn't know for how long I could keep taking care of our baby. So I needed fast results. And I made massive changes in a short period of time, and it was hard. So not everybody has the motivation to do that or want to do that. And what I like about her message is it doesn't have to be that way. And one step at a time. And I think her message is beautiful and important. She makes it accessible. So about her book, one of her hacks is what I call the vinegar hack. So are you ready? So here's how it works. Before you eat a meal, you mix 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Can be apple cider vinegar or even plain white vinegar. It can work with a large glass of water. Drink that about 10 to 20 minutes before you start eating. And I have to admit, I have not tried that. My blood sugar is stable and I want to try it. But if you do, I want to hear from you. Really, I really want to hear from you if you try that. So, how it works? Well, in vinegar, there's what we call the acetic acid, and it slows down how your body digests carbohydrates. So, this means your glucose levels rise more gradually instead of spiking. Research shows that this trick can reduce post meal glucose levels up to 30%. So, it's such a simple hack. And honestly, I think it could be a game changer. Let me know. So this is just one of the hacks Jesse talks about in Glucose Revolution. There are 9 more that are just as practical and effective. So if you're curious to learn more, let's chat. I'd love to hear your thoughts and share how these simple changes can transform your health. And speaking of transformation, this month there's a Vitality for Life show is about how good energy leads to a healthier weight. It's on January 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So we're diving into even dive deeper into how you can boost energy and balance your health in 2025. So you don't want to miss it. Here's the information. I'll put a link for that too. So it's the perfect way to kick off the new year with actionable tips. So things you can do and inspiring ideas to support your health goals. So you can save your spot now. So I'd love to have you join us. And for today, I'll do a quick recap. So today we uncover the surprising link between glucose and weight gain and why those stubborn cravings and belly fat might not be your fault. Good to know. The vinegar hack is a simple, effective way to reduce post-meal glucose levels. If it is a subject that you want to go deeper, I have other videos and articles in my wellness center. One is about fiber and fat loss. The other one is about weight plan. You can choose different weight plans. And another one that speaks also about blood sugar and weight, which is different from the one I just talked about. You can also book a one-on-one session for a wellness strategy to help you create a personalized plan to achieve or maintain a healthy weight, feel energized, and take control of your wellness goals. So we can work together to design a strategy that's tailored specifically for you. So just leave a comment or send me a message to book your session, and we can start building the healthiest version of you. Like I said at the beginning, education and community are two things that are really important. So if you want, you can join my wellness community on Facebook. You can register to the upcoming wellness webcast. You can go into my wellness center. I'll post links. And those are not there, well, ask me. You can also contact me if you have questions, comments. It's a pleasure to talk to you. So thanks again for watching. I look forward to seeing you on our next event. Thank you for being there.